Do you ever feel like English words run away from you just when you need them? Let's turn that around with a few simple tricks. Welcome to the Fluent Storybook. Here, we help you improve your English skills through simple yet powerful stories. If you want to grow your confidence in speaking and understanding English, you're in the right place. Lily had always admired people who spoke fluent English. It sounded smooth and confident, like a beautiful song. But whenever she tried to speak English, it felt clumsy, and she always ran out of words. She worked hard, memorizing vocabulary, reading grammar books, and even watching English movies with subtitles. Still, she felt stuck, like she was walking in circles. One day, while sitting at her favorite cafe, Lily met her old school friend Emma. Emma was now working at an international company and spoke English fluently. Lily shared her struggles with Emma, expecting sympathy. Instead, Emma smiled and said, "Lily, you're doing it all backward. You don't need to study English like it's math. You need to live it. Start with a simple trick. Think in English." At first, Lily was confused. Think in English? How can I think in a language I'm not good at? She asked. Emma explained patiently. It's like practicing in your mind. When you see a cup of coffee, don't think coffee in your native language first. Just say it in English. If you don't know a word, guess it or look it up later. The idea is to train your brain to skip translation. Lily decided to try it out. As she walked home, she described everything in her head in English. I see a dog. The dog is black. It's running fast. It felt awkward at first. Her sentences were short, and she got stuck often. But Lily kept going. The next morning, she woke up and thought, I am brushing my teeth. I need to eat breakfast. It became a little game for her. She challenged herself to think in English for 5 minutes, then 10, then an hour. Over time, Lily noticed something amazing. Her thoughts in English were faster, and she didn't need to translate everything in her head anymore. One day, while ordering food at a restaurant, the waiter spoke to her in English. Instead of panicking, Lily responded naturally. The words flowed effortlessly. That's when she realized Emma's trick had worked. By thinking in English, Lily had unlocked a new level of fluency. Lily had learned an important trick to think in English, but she often got stuck when she couldn't remember the right words. That's when she stumbled upon her next secret weapon, a small notebook. It wasn't just any notebook. It was her English treasure chest. One day, while flipping through her favorite English learning app, Lily saw a word she didn't recognize, curious. She quickly looked it up in the dictionary and learned its meaning. But instead of just reading and forgetting, she grabbed her notebook and wrote it down. Curious, adjective, wanting to know or learn something new. But Lily didn't stop there. She added a few sentences to help her remember how to use the word. I am curious about learning English faster. That little boy is so curious about animals. She realized this habit made the word stick in her mind. So, she decided to carry her notebook everywhere. Building the habit. Every day, Lily made it her mission to find at least 5 new words. She wrote them in her notebook, along with their meanings and a few sentences. For example, when she came across the word delicious in a cooking video, she jotted down. Delicious, adjective, very tasty. The chocolate cake was so delicious. My mom makes delicious spaghetti. Over time, Lily's notebook became her personal dictionary, filled with words she actually used and cared about. She didn't just memorize words randomly. She picked ones that were meaningful to her life, like describing her favorite food, hobbies, or daily activities. Lily's notebook wasn't just for writing, it was for reviewing too. Every evening before bed, she flipped through the pages and read the words and sentences aloud. This helped her remember them better. Sometimes, she would challenge herself to create new sentences using the words. For example, curious. I am curious about how birds fly. Delicious. The dinner at the restaurant was delicious. This exercise became a fun way to relax, and it felt like a small victory every time she used a word correctly. One day, Lily met a new friend at the park. They started chatting in English. While talking, Lily noticed herself naturally using some of the words from her notebook. "I'm curious about the book you're reading. The weather today is so refreshing, like a delicious drink." Her friend smiled and said, "Your English is amazing." Lily felt proud, knowing her notebook had helped her get to this point. As weeks turned into months, Lily's notebook became thicker with words, phrases, and ideas. Sometimes, when she didn't have her notebook handy, she used her phone's notes app to jot down new words and transfer them later. The notebook wasn't just a tool. It became her constant companion. It transformed learning English into a daily adventure. Lily discovered that even small efforts like writing one word a day could add up to big improvements. Her English treasure chest was no longer just a notebook. It was a record of her growth and a reminder that small habits could lead to great achievements. Lily had made great progress with her English notebook, but speaking confidently was still a challenge. Every time she tried to speak in English with others, her hands would get sweaty, her heart would race, and she would stumble over her words. She knew she had to overcome this fear. But how? One evening, while watching an online video about learning English, Lily heard a piece of advice that sounded strange but intriguing. Practice speaking to yourself in the mirror. At first, she laughed. Talking to herself? In the mirror? It seemed silly, but the idea stayed in her mind. The next morning, Lily stood in front of her bathroom mirror. She hesitated for a moment, feeling awkward. Then she said, "Good morning, Lily. How are you today?" It was a simple sentence, but hearing herself speak English aloud gave her a little thrill. Lily decided to make this a daily habit. Every morning after brushing her teeth, she spent 5 minutes talking to herself in the mirror. She started with simple phrases. "Today, I will go to the market. I feel happy because the sun is shining." As she grew more comfortable, Lily began to challenge herself. She introduced new topics, pretending she was having a real conversation. For example, "What is my favorite food?" I love pizza because it's delicious and cheesy." "What did I do yesterday?" "I went for a walk in the park and read a book. It was relaxing." One of the biggest benefits of mirror practice was that Lily could see herself. She noticed how her mouth moved when she pronounced words and worked on difficult sounds like th in this or v in very. She also practiced facial expressions to match her tone, making her speech more natural and engaging. For example, when saying, "I'm excited," she smiled to match the emotion. When practicing, "I don't understand," she furrowed her brows to show confusion. This made her feel more confident about expressing herself in real-life conversations. Lily soon realized she could use the mirror to practice situations she often found challenging. She created mini scripts for herself. Introducing herself. "Hi, my name is Lily. I love reading books and learning new things." Ordering food. "Hello, I'd like a sandwich, please. Can I also have a cup of coffee?" Asking for help. "Excuse me, can you help me find this address?" She practiced these lines over and over until they felt natural. The mirror became her safe space, where she could make mistakes, laugh at herself, and try again without fear. At first, Lily's sentences were short, and she sometimes paused to think of the right words. But with each session, she noticed improvement. Her words flowed more smoothly, and her hesitation faded. One day, while shopping at the mall, Lily had to ask for directions. Normally, she would have avoided the situation or spoken in her native language. But this time, she confidently said, "Excuse me, can you tell me where the bookstore is?" The store clerk answered in English, and Lily realized she had just had her first successful conversation with a stranger, all thanks to her mirror practice. There were days when Lily felt silly talking to herself. Sometimes her little brother would peek into her room and laugh, asking, "Who are you talking to?" Instead of feeling embarrassed, Lily explained her practice. To her surprise, her brother began cheering her on, saying, "You're getting really good at English." The mirror became more than a reflective surface for Lily. It became her partner in learning. It gave her the freedom to experiment, the chance to hear her own voice, and the courage to face the world. Over the months, Lily's mirror routine transformed her. She was no longer afraid of speaking in public. She could hold conversations, express her thoughts, and even tell jokes in English. Lily learned an important lesson. When you practice with yourself, you prepare for the world. Lily had made amazing progress with her English by thinking in English, keeping her trusty notebook, and practicing in front of the mirror. But she realized something was still missing. She wasn't hearing enough English in her everyday life. To truly master the language, Lily needed to immerse herself in English, just like a fish lives in water. One day, Lily decided to make English a part of everything she did. She started by changing her phone's language settings to English. At first, it felt strange. Simple tasks like sending a text or adjusting an alarm took longer because she had to figure out new words. But she treated it like a puzzle, and soon she became comfortable navigating her phone in English. Next, Lily labeled objects around her house with sticky notes. Her mirror said mirror, her refrigerator said fridge, and her notebook was, of course, labeled notebook. Every time she saw these labels, she said the words out loud, reinforcing them in her memory. Lily also started surrounding herself with English content. She found a podcast for beginners that told short, simple stories. She listened to it every morning while getting ready. At first, she didn't understand everything, but she caught a few words and phrases. Gradually, her comprehension improved. In the evenings, Lily switched her TV time to English shows with subtitles. She chose lighthearted comedies because they were fun and easy to follow. One of her favorite moments was when she understood a joke in English for the first time. It made her laugh out loud and boosted her confidence. To make it even more interactive, Lily started singing along to English songs. She picked songs with clear lyrics and practiced singing them in her room. This not only improved her pronunciation, but also made learning feel joyful and exciting. Lily realized that surrounding herself with English didn't have to be a solo journey. She found an online group of English learners who practiced chatting every week. At first, she was shy and mostly listened. But as weeks passed, she started contributing little by little, saying, "Hi, my name is Lily," or sharing short thoughts like, "I like that story." These conversations helped her gain real-world speaking experience and exposed her to different accents and phrases. She even made a few friends from other countries who shared her love for learning. Soon, Lily noticed something remarkable. English was no longer just a subject she studied. It was part of her life. She found herself thinking in English without trying. When she walked past a bakery, she automatically thought, "The bread smells amazing." When she made tea, she thought, "I need to add some sugar." Her immersion strategy worked so well that even her dreams sometimes switched to English. She laughed when she woke up one morning and realized she had dreamed of asking someone for directions in English. Of course, Lily had her tough days. Sometimes she felt overwhelmed by the amount of English she was trying to process. On those days, she reminded herself to take it one step at a time. She also learned to enjoy small victories, like understanding a full sentence in a podcast or recognizing a new word in a song. One evening, Lily went to a cafe where tourists often visited. A woman approached her and asked for directions in English. Without hesitation, Lily replied, "Sure. You need to go straight, then turn left at the traffic light." The woman smiled and thanked her, and Lily felt a wave of pride. She had spoken naturally and clearly, just like she'd always wanted. By surrounding herself with English, Lily didn't just improve her language skills. She changed her entire mindset. She became more confident, more curious, and more excited about connecting with people from around the world. Lily's journey taught her a valuable lesson. Learning English isn't just about studying, it's about living it. By immersing herself in the language, she turned her everyday routine into a powerful learning experience. For anyone struggling with English, Lily's story is a reminder that the more you surround yourself with the language, the faster you'll grow. So, why wait? Take small steps today, just like Lily did, and let English become a natural part of your life.